Hello everybody, Darcy Marler here. So most investors think that real estate development is only for the big guys with millions of dollars and years of experience. Well, that's just flat out wrong. In fact, regular investors are quietly making $50,000 to $100,000 on small projects every year. And in this week's video, I'm going to show you how we do that. So I've been developing real estate for 25 years now, from subdivisions to small infill builds, even a racetrack and casino. And I've taught hundreds of students how to do the same. In this video, we're going to bust the 5 biggest misconceptions about real estate development. Things like it costs too much, it takes too long, or you need construction experience. And by the end, you'll see that small-scale build-to-sell or my paperwork-only microstrategies are not only possible, but among the smartest ways to grow wealth without tenants, flips, or 5-year holds. So let's get into it. So the first misconception is only for the big guys. Like we said, development is only for D.R. Horton and Lennard and the pros. The truth is, the big guys can't make money on small urban lots like we can. So it's hard for us to compete, the 400 acres on the outskirts of town, they're going to build 1,000 tract homes. That's a little difficult for us. But they can't come into the inner city on a single lot, knock down an old house, and build a 3-plex. They can't do that. The numbers don't work for them. And that's our advantage as smaller builders. That's where we're going to thrive. I'll give you a couple of examples here. So here's an example of a vacant lot in the middle of an existing development. We can develop that. They can't. I'm also talking about teardowns. So basically anything past 1960, why are we fixing those up? Why would you fix that up? Let's tear those down, do something better. These are nice little homes in their day, but those are 80 or 90 years old now. Something like this, come on, you're not going to renovate that. Let's tear those down. Come back with something like this. So this is an example of a project that 3 of my students just completed, or actually they're just about completed. Their next 2 weeks, they should be ready to rent. So this was a build to rent. They started one old house, so kind of like the one on the right there. They tore it down, got all the permits in place, and then they build this. It's an 8-plex, so 4 units up, and then 4 basement suites as well. Perfect little project. You guys can definitely do this. This is what I'm personally doing in Florida. So you can see I'm starting with the jungle, and then over 9 months, that's it. From jungle to finished build in 9 months. And the builder's doing everything. They're doing the, clear off the lot. They're doing water well, septic field. They're going to build the property itself, landscaping, the whole thing, cradle to grave, hand the keys over. And I'm in it for about $70,000 cash. So this is definitely doable. Or even something like this, an ADU, an additional dwelling unit, an apartment over the garage. Lots of options in this development world that you probably didn't even think was possible. If I can tweak your mindset a little bit that, oh no, the only thing you can do with development is, 400 acres of land. No. This is where we as smaller investors can really get into this. The next misconception, it costs too much. You need millions in the bank. The truth is, the smaller infill projects can start at anywhere from 50 to 100,000, maybe even less. Just like I said, the Florida project I just showed you, I bought the lot for about 30,000. It's about $40,000 cash for the deposit, and then I got a construction loan for the rest. So you can get in and out for not a lot of money. I get asked all the time, Darcy, how much money do I need? So I'm going to give you 3 ifs. So if you can partner with the seller, so you don't actually have to buy the property, and I teach 12 different ways to do that in my course. That's one if. If you can do some of these paperwork only or in and out quick strategies, anything less than a year, that significantly lowers the amount you need. And then if you're working in municipalities where the paperwork is quick, where the permitting fees aren't that high, you can get in for $25,000, let's say even. If you do have to buy the property, it's no different than a flip or a rental. And if you're doing some of the strategies where you're actually doing work on site, putting utility pipes in the ground or building, then it can go up from there. But you can get into this in that $25,000 range. So that's pretty cool. Misconception number 3, development takes 3 to 5 years. Well, the truth is smaller projects often finish in 9 to 12 months, like my Florida build. Grass or jungle to full build in 9 months. Land development, 400 acres, yes, that takes a long time. Not saying that doesn't, but that's not where we're going to be. We're going to be in and out quick, lot assembly, lot severance, lot line adjustment, just changing the zoning on something and then selling it to the next person down the road. Build to rent, build to sell in areas where you can do that quickly. That's the strategy. I don't do anything personally that takes more than 12 months. Number 4, I need construction experience. You got to be able to swing a hammer. No, you don't. I didn't when I started. The fact is your team's going to do almost all the work. I want you guys to think like investors. I want you to find the right geography, the right area to work with, find the strategies, put the team together, find opportunities, what I'm going to do, do the creative thing there. But then you're going to hand it off to your team. Your planner, your builder, your structural engineer, your architect, whoever. They're going to do the back and forth with the city. And if you are doing work on site, they're going to do that too. So no, you don't have to have construction experience. You don't need to be a builder. What I want you guys to do is add value through deals, money, and approvals, that kind of world. And finally, misconception number 5, it's not going to work in my area. My city's different. I talked to my realtor. He said it wasn't going to work. No, there's always a micro-strategy that fits, and that's the benefit. Right now, most of you know 2 or 3 tools. You've got long and short-term rents, you got wholesaling, and you got fix and flips. That's about all you got. With these micro-strategies, like I said, lot severance, lot line adjustments, you got build to sell, build to rent, all these other things that I talk about all the time. That's how we add tools in the toolbox and give you more options. So something's always going to work if you got a large enough toolbox. So there you go. I fully believe small-scale development is doable. Hopefully I've got these fears and myths and misconceptions taken out of your mind there. You don't need millions to do this or years to take it in and out quick. It's great for those of you that are cash impaired. And it's the micro-strategies that make it lean and fast and repeatable. If you want a roadmap, I've got a $27 quick start course. So just 1 hour, spread over 5 days, you're going to find your first development property, and you can prove this is real to yourself, and then we'll go and work together to get that developed. So anyway, thanks for your time today, everybody. Take care.